Yeah, I actually go into two different places. At the transactional level, I look at how do we eliminate work, and so that you're actually doing less with less, right? So what are you doing from a focus on business value and from a focus on transactions that can be removed in order to be successful? So let's start with an easy example. We were able to reduce our HR shared services call volume by 34% this last year by removing some approval steps that could actually be done by the manager in the ground who's closest to the talent that has all the available data that, at the point of, let's say termination, if it was an adverse impact to an employee, we can actually verify at that point that all the steps were done. And so why check it three times when we can actually enable our managers to make great decisions on the early stage and then do a final check before any adverse impact action were taken. And then we personally were able to remove 34% of the transaction volume into our shared services scene. So I'm actually doing less with less rather than more than that with less in those types of decisions. And how do we embrace technology and how do you question everything, right? That's a big aspect of removing work is don't just because we've done it that way in the past, how can we do it better or not do it at all, right? Eliminate, automate, standardize, simplify are four things I say to the team all the time. On the high end of that, right, it's about focusing on business value, not HR value. So like I could talk to you about competency frameworks or career ladders or validation studies, and my business partners, my clients, their eyes roll over. But when I say, hey, the outcomes that we're marching towards are like a 30% faster hiring. And ideally, we're going to have a greater, 50% greater likelihood that someone's going to be with us at the 12-month mark, and we can shorten their time to profitability and health by utilizing this tool or this set of tools or these series of decisions. And let me tell you what, when you come with business value data that you've been able to prove out in parts of the business or in small pilot cases, that changes the discussion every time. And you're able to then get someone to lean in to help make changes. And so those are the two spaces that I'm talking to my team on a regular basis. And, my view on 25 is it's going to be as tight as 24, if not tighter, as we think about some of the economic changes and other changes that are going on in the US and really across the world.